Hello everyone, Finn Ravens here. I wanted to showcase a variant for Fatal Frame, the first one in the series of 3 on PlayStation 2. And as you can kind of see right away, the Tecmo logo is quite a bit blown up on this one, while this one is quite a bit smaller and it actually says 100% games. I do want to say that I do believe Fatal Frame had a secondary print run quite a bit late after it was originally released, and I'll kind of show you guys why that might be true. So let's go ahead and cover the actual cover arts first. So it does say, Tecmo 100% games in the front cover art, and then on this one it just says Tecmo in the big lettering. So it's kind of an easy way to spot the differences between those two. The one with the smaller lettering and it says 100% games, that was the first original Black Label print run, way before this one. I think this one might have been released maybe 5 to 8 years later, and I'll kind of showcase why in a bit. Let's go ahead and see if there's any differences on the spine. So it does appear that the spine is almost identical, minus the TM is missing. So it seems like the secondary release, the big Tecmo, has a TM on the spine, so there's a difference there. And if we come to the back of the cover arts, you can also see there are some slight differences. You can see she doesn't have the camera so high up in this one compared to the other one. So the Tecmo copy, she's not holding the camera up to her face like the original print was. Let's see if there's any other differences. Seems to be just that one. And let's take a look. The UPCs are also the same, which usually is kind of common, unless it's a odd variant with some kind of bonus item or something in it. So this was released originally in 2002. I don't think this says when this was re-released. Now there are some differences, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. I'm seeing things. Kind of looking through the camera, hard to see with the angle. Alrighty, but if any of you have watched some of my videos, you might have seen how I made a video covering the case lifespan of the PlayStation 2 over the years. They do change. The original launch titles actually didn't have a memory card holder, and they were just a generic DVD case. They didn't even have any PlayStation branding. Games that were released after launch up until around 2006 actually received the memory card holder. So if this game was released in what it said 2002, then this must have been released 2007 or later, but not any later than 2010, because the case again had another revision where it had some additional grid work on the inside of the case. Now, on the next thing of this variant that is actually really unique, that actually stands out to me, and kind of a reason why I got a second expensive copy of this, because, I mean, this game is about $100. So if we open this up, look at the manuals. There are 2 different revisions of the manuals. So the first release actually is on the left. The later revision is on the right. So pretty much what they did with the secondary release is they kind of just copied the front of the cover art and turned that into the front of the manual. The original first print actually came out with a kind of a spookier looking manual and everything, so I do want to see if there's any differences, and I can immediately tell the thickness and quality difference between these 2 manuals. The original is much thicker and everything, so it looks like the manuals are different. So this is the first release, and then here is the secondary print run. Looks like they both have the same amount of pages. You kind of go to the back. So the back of the reprinted or second print run doesn't even have artwork like the original first print for the back. Let's see if got the warranty information. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, they're slightly different between the 2. But I mean, majority of it is the same. Actually, it might be kind of different as well. So there's that. The manuals are what looks to be almost completely different. And then if we take a look at the disc, I don't believe there are any differences between the disc art that I was able to notice. They both say 100% games. Maybe the one on the right is a little bit darker. Actually, the one on the right looks to be a bit darker. I don't know if that's just a printing thing with the ink on the clad or what, but definitely looks to be a bit darker. So there's the differences for Fatal Frame. I thought this was kind of an interesting one with how drastically different both of these print runs are. I don't think people realize that there was a second print run for these. The original should obviously be worth quite a bit more. And then this is kind of like what you would call almost a greatest hits release. Because, I mean, it received a second revision, second release for it. But don't be discouraged if you have, you know, either or. It's still a really nice game. But that one is the original. So 2 print runs. Thought that was cool. If you guys have any questions on this, feel free to comment. I'm going to be covering more variants in the future. I do have many more to come. This is kind of one of the more extreme examples, and evidently it's just a rare game as well, so this one took me a little bit to find. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.